This morning, a look at two icons of the music world responsible for more than 3,000 hit songs, known as the Philly sound, from Love Train to Me and Mrs. Jones. This year, Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff are celebrating the 45th anniversary of their remarkable collaboration. And our national correspondent, Jamie Gangel, sat down with them in their Philadelphia studios to reminisce and, we hope, not to sing. Jamie, good morning. Nice to see you.
No chance. Good morning. Gamble and Huff wrote and produced a songbook for a generation, my generation. In the words of Dick Clark, they had a good beat and you could dance to them. But they've also turned into classics. They met by accident in an elevator.
He played piano, and I told him I wrote lyrics, and the rest was we said, well, let's get together and write some songs.
The first day you worked together, how many songs did you write?
At least 10, about 7 to 10, so somewhere around there. I always say between 7 and 10 because I really don't know exactly how many, but I know it was a lot of songs.
It was just brainstorming.
Yeah.
Prolific does not begin to describe the duo. Over the next 2 decades, Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff wrote and produced more than 3,500 songs.
We would take a tape recorder and put it on top of the piano, and we'd keep the tape rolling all day. And we did a lot of laughing. We did a lot of just talking about the world and current events. And that's how we wrote so many songs. And then we said, what does the world need? The world needs love.
It touched a chord. They earned 5 Grammys, 70 #1 hits, and 175 gold and platinum albums.
It was electric in that room. When we go in there and write songs, there's no words to really define the feeling.
It was almost like we were an orchestra together. You know, and lyrics, it just made lyrics come to my head.
Inspired by Motown, they created their own songbook of the 70s and 80s. The music had a message. There were anthems to empowerment,
the world has changed so very much,
and of course to love. But their signature was creating a unique sound for each artist. From soul to R&B, jazz, pop, and disco. They wrote every day, and for inspiration, they just looked around. It turns out Mrs. Jones was a real person.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
So every day, there would be this little guy, he looked like a judge or something like that, would come in to the restaurant, sit in the same seat, and then maybe 10 minutes later, this young, beautiful girl would come in and sit down with him. So me and Huff would go back upstairs and we would talk about it. And, you know, we try to figure out what we would call it. Meeting at the same place, the same time. She go her way, and I go mine. And
we didn't have Jones at first.
Yeah.
We was figuring out names. Might have been Smith.
So what can we call these guys? What can we call them? Yeah.
Jones sang good, you know.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
Perhaps most remarkable, they never broke up. Did you ever fight?
We was having too much fun.
And after 45 years, they are thrilled a new generation is discovering their music. From The Apprentice to Madison Avenue, their hits still sell, and the ultimate compliment, last year American Idol dedicated a show to them. What do you hope your legacy will be?
I think our legacy will be that people understood what we were trying to say through our music. It's the beat, it's the rhythm. That's the legacy. It's part of people's lives, part of America.
I'm going to embarrass myself. I challenge anyone not to be humming the rest of the day. What's really nice, Matt, is it's being introduced to a whole new generation.
Yeah, that's great.
Now.
I think these guys missed a lot of the credit they deserved at the time. I think people mistakenly thought some of these songs were Motown songs.
No question. I'm going to Make You Love Me. People just assume it's Motown, and their songbook is incredible. They don't compete with Motown. They say they were inspired by it. They don't have any competition.
And oftentimes in the music industry, Jamie, you hear horror stories of the the guys responsible for the songs who never got the royalties they deserved. That wasn't the case with them?
Not the case. They did, and they gave back. These guys have spent millions of dollars rebuilding inner city Philadelphia, building schools, building job programs. They're remarkable.
Going right from here to iTunes.
There you go.
I'm downloading Gamble and Huff. Jamie, thanks. I appreciate it. We're going to have much more in a moment, but first, this is Today on NBC.
I ain't gonna do nothing to upset our happy